Let's look at a little bit more complex decision criteria right here in the if statement. What if I want to say if age is greater than or equal to 18 and married, then do something, otherwise don't do anything. So I'm going to just set married variable to true, and I'm going to build this kind of criteria right there. Within parentheses, I type age is greater than or equal to 18, then I put two and signs, and again on the other side, within parentheses, I put in married. Married is Boolean, if married. So I'm going to combine that. And all of that is again within parentheses right there. See, left parenthesis and the right parenthesis right there. So that means if age is greater than or equal to 18 and married, then you do this. So I'm going to run this and look at it in debugger. Now at this point, what is age? Age is 21. That is greater than or equal to 18. And married is true. Within hex it's 1. So I am expecting to see 1 printed out here, and it does. Now this is the Boolean. What if I want to say if age is greater than 18 but less than 21? You could do that, and that's why I put it within parentheses for clarity. And you could keep building it on and on to check many different criterias. Now here's another trick. If I could have done if age is greater than 18 and age is less than 18, but if I say age is greater than or equal to 18 and less than or equal to 21, so that's essentially I'm building a criteria of saying if the age is between 18 and 21. If it's 18 greater than or equal to 18, first of all it has to be equal, 18, 19, 20 and 21. So that would be by using greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. I'm building the between criteria. So if I run this, I am expecting to see 1 printed out. Yep, it does. Now if I was to make this 22, now is that between 18 and 21? I don't think so. So if I run this now and I step over, it did not print 1 right there. It just skipped over and went to the skipped over line 21, the whole block between 20 and 23. And you see this block right there. So this is a function of a very nice IDE. It highlights all of this stuff. So that's the block, the if block in white is skipped over and goes to line number 24. So we've seen that one. Now what if I want to say if age is greater than or equal to 18 or married? So two pipes right there. That's just above your backslash. On your backslash key, shift and backslash key puts in this broken bar or the pipe character. So two of them is the or, and let me make this false. So now either age is greater than 18 or married, then I want to print 1. So I click here, age is greater than 18 or equal to, yes, but married is false. You see 0 hex, but he's not married, but either one of these conditions is true, yes, and 1 is printed out there, so I get that. One more time. You see, line 21 is getting executed. So that's your more and you can combine them all here and make a lot of different decisions based on different parameters and keep building them, we keep going. And or sorry, like this. You put something, whatever you want to put here, and then anything here, and keep building on very complex criterias. You could, if you have the else if, you could, go in here and do very complex criterias as well. Okay, I've been using this NSLog for a while now, and as you saw, %add sign, if I wanna spit out a string, %add sign, if I wanna write something to the log, a string variable, the name. This was a hard-coded string. If I wanna put an integer, if a quantity is an integer and I wanna write it to the log file, I use %i. Where am I getting that from? So I will click on the organizer, search NSLog format, and one of them is string format specifier. So let's look into how to search the documents. So that's where I'm getting it from. %at for what to do. %i, that's where the %i was down here. Like %f for a 64-bit float point variable. %i is also one of them. It's not listed here. If we follow down, we'll see that it's is specified in the documentation somewhere. Yeah, that's interesting. That would be another homework assignment to see %i works too for integers, and it's not listed in here, but for digits, single sign, 32-bit digits, so instead of I, D would work as well if you want to have a exponent variable. Now if you go down and look at more details, you will see that there are other things you can do. You can even say how big it is going to be. For example, let's say we are right here and I have a floating point variable. Let's say I have a float, my float 100.23, and I want to write only 100 and only one decimal point. So I can say 0.1 f, or originally I would say just say point f, and it'll just print it out 123. If I say 0.1 f, I'm expecting to see 100.3. Let's see if my assumption is true. I can take my breakpoint down there and skip over, and yes, 100.2. So that is something else in addition to. So you could also say 2.2 and all those kind of things. So that's another thing that when you're formatting numbers that you can do, and I show you where the documentation is. So you could read more about it and use the debugger here to play with, and until you get to a point where you get the output to be exactly what you want to be. Next we'll play with looping or iteration, like while loop, for loop if you want to repeat a certain thing number of times, and also see when you want to break out of it, and continue statements in while loop, for loop, do while. That's coming next.